This call is now being recorded.
Hello, students. We will be studying how to set up a Cloudera Quickstart for our HDFS implementations. Now, HDFS implementations can be done in three ways. Basically, we require for a Linux platform for HDFS implementation. So there are three ways. We can use Apache Hadoop. We can use the Cloudera Quickstart, which gives us the environment where we can communicate with the HDFS. That means it provides us as IDE. And the third option is we can use Docker. So we will be choosing option number two. That is, we will be using Cloudera Quickstart for setting up the Hadoop cluster. So at a single at the same time we will be having three environments in our machine: Windows, Linux, and HDFS. Now, uh, in order to have the Linux environment, we will be installing Oracle Virtual Machine virtual box so that we can work with Linux also. So basically, for this practical, we require three softwares. The first one is the virtual box. The version number is 6.1.26. And the next software is Cloudera Quickstart Virtual Machine 5.4.2, which is a free version, open source. And this is there in a zip file. And the third one is 7-zip application file. This zip file, that Cloudera Quickstart zip file, should be unzipped using this software, 7-zip software. Because if we will unzip this zip, Cloudera zip, using WinZip or WinRAR, then we may face problem while importing the file into VirtualBox. Basically, it will not work properly if we are using WinZip or WinRAR. So we have to unzip this file using Cloudera, 7-zip file. Now, before starting the installation, one thing is to be done, that we have to set one parameter while the in the BIOS setting. So you can first restart your machine, you can go to the BIOS setting, and you have to set the virtual machine to enable. In some PCs, it is by default the option for virtual machine accessibility, it is disabled, so we have to make it enable by going into the BIOS setting. Once it is done, uh, we have restarted our machine, then we can start with the installation process. So first you have to download these three things. So I'll be providing GSUIT folder link where you will get these three folders, these three files in a folder. Sorry. So first, I will I'll install 7-zip file. Now next is to unzip this file, Cloudera Quickstart zip file, using 7-zip. Actually, I have extracted already. I have extracted this file already in this folder. So you can use that application. Go to the extract. This extract. After extracting, you will get another folder, unzipped folder over here. So basically, whatever GSUIT folder link I am providing, you have to download these three files into your local machine and then install 7-zip, then unzip this using 7-zip file, and you will extract you will get a folder extracted over here, and it will have two files. One is a 14 KB file and another is a large file. Okay. So the next part is installing this virtual box. Now it has been installed. Now, once this is installed, in my virtual machine, I have already imported the Cloudera Quickstart file. So, what you have to do, first of all, you have to, whenever you will see this particular window, you will. This virtual box should be run as administrator. First thing, one thing to be kept in mind. Secondly, next is you have to import the file, the unzipped file from the folder that we have, where we have extracted it. So import appliance. Then here you have to choose that file folder where that extracted or unzipped folder is existing. So it is in my downloads BDA lab software, and you will see the only folder in that, and in this folder you will see a single file. So you have to import this file, open this file. Okay. So in my PC it is already imported, so I will not import it. So otherwise you have to go next and click on OK. Okay. So this is there. Now once you are able to see this in the left panel, next we have to set some more parameters. So those parameters are some system parameters. So in system parameters, double click on this and you have to just check. In system, we have to go to system, and in this we have to check the base memory parameter. So memory parameter, basically it indicates that this is a 8 GB RAM machine. Out of, I have allocated 4.4 GB, 478 MBs to for this particular Cloudera software. Okay, so for Cloudera Quickstart software, minimum of 4 GB RAM is required. So your machine should have at least 8 GB RAM. So I, in my machine, out of 8 GB, I allocated 4.4 GB. Next, I have to go to processor. In processor, now you various types of processors, in which you have one, two, three, four, or multiple number of CPUs. So if we see this machine's processor, it has got 12 CPUs. So you have to allocate at least two CPUs or two processors for this cloud start execution. So I have already set it to 2. So you have to set it to 2 or more. Okay. At least two CPUs are required for it. Next is we have to go to the setting. In networking is this, then we have the network adapter, the add transactions. So we have to choose network protocol over here and just click on OK. So whatever required parameter setting is there, it is done from our side. Next is Next is we have to start this Cloudera Quickstart service. Okay, so we have two options. We can just right click on this and we can start using the by choosing normal start option, or else you can start from here directly. So we'll just start it normal start. Now it will take some time, so you have to be patient. If your PC has got some other softwares like Visual Studios or Studio or some Android software, then you have to just stop those services. Otherwise, the PC will be too slow or it will hang. So this is the welcome page of Cloudera Quickstart Virtual Machine, and the IP addresses are indicated over here. Now we can just check whether Google is working or not. So it is working. So it is a different environment where we can now execute. We'll get Linux terminal through this, and we can execute Linux command through this as well. Clear? So using this terminal, we can communicate with Linux. We can execute various Linux commands. Now the next step is you have to start the Cloudera Express service. So just click on the launch Cloudera Express, open it, and here we are able to see a command which is a sudo command, and so we have to execute this command on the Linux terminal. So this is the terminal. We'll paste it. Now this command will be used along with the, okay, let's execute it. So here it is specifying that you must specify hyphen hyphen express or hyphen hyphen enterprise. Now what does this mean? That we have to specify whether we will be using the express edition or enterprise edition. Now enterprise edition is a paid edition and the express is the open source available software. So we have to mention this hyphen hyphen express command along with the sudo command. So now what it is doing, it is shutting down all the running services, and it will close down all the services, and it will restart all the services again. So it's been done, and the next step, we have got success, and we have got this link, http://quickstart.cloudera.7180. So we have, and the username and password is also specified over here. So we have to just click on open this link, and it will ask us for login name and password. So just click on I agree, and here it is asking actually my password, login name password is already saved. So for the very first time, it will ask you to enter it. You have to remember and then login. So you will get this type of environment. Now, what is this? This is this is the Cloudera manager, which has got various services which are mentioned in the Hadoop ecosystem. So you can just check the left panel here, the various Hadoop ecosystem services. Like, you just try to recall the Hadoop architecture. In that Hadoop architecture, we have some common modules. On the top of it, we have HDFS. So HDFS is the main service, which is which should start, uh, which we have to start, and all the other services will work on the top of this HDFS. So in the architecture, we have the HDFS, then on the top of it, we have YARN, and then on the top of it, we have MapReduce and other HDFS ecosystem components and services. So Spark, Scoop, then HBase, Hive, View, Oozy, Zookeeper, and all the other are the ecosystem components which are there. By default, all these services will not be running. We have to, if we have to start it, we have to explicitly start them. So the most important service over here is HDFS, and for the very first time, we have to start this service. Okay, so you can just try, either click on this. One second. So you have to start this service. So I will be starting this HDFS service. Once this service is working, then we can start with, we can execute the HDFS commands as well through the Linux terminal. So the service has started successfully, and we'll just get into it. And here we can see, for HDFS, in HDFS we have the name node, then we have collection of data nodes, then we have secondary node, and so on. So here in this particular environment, we are having name node, data node, and a secondary name node, all in one machine. Practically, if we see, the name node should be there, working as a master, and should be there with another machine, and there will be various data nodes which are implemented on different machines, which will store data. But at this point, it is not possible for us to implement in that way. So here we have got a single data node, single name node, and a secondary node residing on a single machine. So now, through this terminal, we can execute various Linux commands and the HDFS commands. So that will be discussed in the next session. Thank you so much.